Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Iron Diaper, your regular Gundam news show. And as usual, when one of these comes out, that means only one thing. We've got some Gunpla announcements, and not just any Gunpla announcements. We've got some serious Gunpla announcements. So before I get into the news, I will mention this video and this channel is sponsored by HobbyLink Japan. So if you're looking for some of these upcoming kits, which you will want, definitely, I want them and I know you will too, but if you want some of those, I will throw a link to HobbyLink down there in the description. Now, none of these are up for pre-order yet, but when they do, that's when you will have to pre-order them. Gunpla is a little on the rare side lately, and stocks can be limited. So, link in the description, and stay waiting and stay hungry. Here we go. So, since last Sunday, I think, all the way through to today, Bandai has had a thing called the Hobby Next Phase 2021 Autumn. Basically, what we will be getting sometime early or mid next year. I don't think any of the dates have been announced yet, but what we're going to be seeing is super exciting. So I'm just going to jump right on into it instead of wasting your time with some babbling. Let's talk about the most exciting thing first. So right on into the most exciting announcement of them all, and that is the Real Grade Gundam. Now, honestly, I did not see this one coming. There's a lot of different Gundams a lot of people thought would be the next Real Grade, and I don't think I saw many people mentioning the God Gundam. Now, this looks phenomenal. It kind of has the aesthetics we would have seen with the high-resolution kit, but something tells me this will be a whole lot better. If you've seen my review of the high-resolution God Gundam, it is a great kit, but every high-resolution kit tends to suffer a little bit due to the fact that it does have that action figure for an inner frame, and the plastic itself is quite brittle. We don't find these sort of issues with Real Grade. So just move in down this page, and I will mention this is the same page I always take a look at for these videos. That is Bandai-hobby.net. Everything is in Japanese, but the images speak 1,000 words. So the detail on this is off the wall, just like you'd expect with modern Real Grades. Real Grades have been the best kits Bandai's been pumping out recently, without a single doubt. Those effect parts around back, the jewel section in the chest, all the little gray segments popping out from under the armor. This looks like it is going to be incredible, and I was totally wrong about the prices. They are on here, and so are the dates. This is out next June, and it'll cost 3,850 yen. So sliding down a little bit more, and Bandai is absolutely flexing, literally, with the articulation on this. Look at that pose. Once again, the arm at the shoulder doesn't look odd, doesn't look out of place, nothing looks wrong, it looks so fluid. The arms have some interesting articulation we'll see a little further down. The neck looks like it's got one hell of a giggity goo. This thing so far is looking flawless in every single pose, but I assume all of this is just CG imagery that they're going to base the actual model kit on, but we know Bandai, and we know that it'll be accurate. Down a little further, it looks like we've got something going on inside of the knee to make sure we've got plenty of poses. That toe bends up. Oh man, this just... Even the, whatever the G Gundam variant of Vulcans are called on the chest and the head, look like they're color accurate. The gray coming through is just blowing my mind. The gray underneath the shoulders, no bare, empty plastic whatsoever. This looks like it's going to be a masterpiece. Of course, when it comes to the G Gundam kits, it is very important that they can fold their arms, and this has wrists and everything to make up for it. We've got something about the leg momo down there, which is the upper thigh, and it means that the legs can swing inwards. You may not notice, or you may not pay too much attention to it while posing your Gunpla, but having that is really nice for jumping to the side poses. It just gives it a little bit of an extra dynamicness. I'm digging that. We've got a double jointed wrist, at least. We've got a multiple jointed shoulder, which looks astounding. Bandai's got a target on its crotch right there, and that is one hell of a high kick. Whoa, man, the high-resolution version of this, I said, was the god of articulation, but it looks like we've got a new contender right here. And also, I'm just going to kind of dig into it a little more than I should. There is the Master Gundam in the back there. And if they do the Real Grade God Gundam, why not do the Real Grade Master Gundam as well? I'm totally for that. It looks like what we've got here is essentially the Jean-Claude Van Damme of Gundams with that pose. Seriously, they are flexing with this. Real Grade. They come out quite infrequently, that's why everyone's always so hyped about what the next one's going to be, but these things, they're so good. If you've never built one, you need one. Possibly this one. This comes with some effect parts, so we've got that god finger in orange. We've got these cool circular effects for behind the God Gundam. It says it's got a original gradient of colors, multiple shades of orange, and seriously, look at this. Every aspect of it looks phenomenal. It looks like it's going to be shiny, just like we would have seen with the high resolution, but it is hard to tell because it is a CG image. And speaking of Bandai completely flexing, check this out. You can actually drag this CG variant of the model kit around and check everything out. Zoom in, see, just look at all that detailing. This isn't even a panel-lined version. I am quite literally salivating right now. I'm gonna eat it. Damn, just look at that. Look at inside the shoulder. Look at that strip of gray down the leg. Oh man, that is a sandwich of a kit right there. So many layers to look at that kit. I cannot wait. So that is June, 3,850 yen. Keep your yen ready. And the next thing on the chopping block is this right here. We've got the Full Mechanics 1/100 Raider Gundam. Now, just to preface this release, this year we did get the Full Mechanics 1/100 Calamity Gundam. Now, I'm not a big 1/100 non-master grade kit fan, usually because there is some kind of concessions involved with the quality of the kit, relying heavily on polycaps like a lot of the early Reborn 100s, or being very, very, very big high grady like we would have seen with the old school 1/100 kits. Now, this Full Mechanics seed line that we've seen with the Calamity Gundam is full plastic, no polycaps, crazy, crazy, crazy detail all over the outside, great color separation, and still the strength to hold up some, well, very over-the-top Gundams. That is why I'm so excited about the Raider right here. So this is coming out in May at 5,500 yen, and this is going to be a beast. So it is hard to tell what the color accuracy will be like, but the Calamity was fantastic, so I expect every color we're seeing here we will be seeing, including those verniers on the side there, hopefully, and that, well, I guess more thrusters or verniers on the front of the skirting armor. Looking good. I love the way they've redesigned these kits for the Full Mechanics line. Damn, cannot wait. And on to the next thing, and things get a little vaguer from here. This is the last piece of, well, Gunpla that has been announced. So this is a new Gundam Frame. It doesn't say what it is. I don't even know if we know what this is. It's got a flat, what I guess isn't even a V-fin anymore, kind of like what we would have seen on half of the V-fin on Gundam Astaroth, or the full V-fin on the Astaroth Origin. However, I don't feel this is going to be an Astaroth somehow. I think we're seeing something that looks a little bit like another horn here. Like, we've got a bit of a Triceratops Gundam. As you can see, this is from Hunt, or whatever the game is called. It's an app game that's still not released as far as I know on mobile, but if you're anything like me, you only care about the Gundam kits. So we're getting another Gundam. Maybe Astaroth, but I doubt it, because Astaroth is from Gecko, not from Hunt. So I'm hoping this is a new, cool Gundam that we've never seen before. And that is it for the Gunpla, so I might as well rush on through everything else Bandai did talk about in the Hobby Next Phase 2021. So here's the main page. Once again, that is Bandai-hobby.net if you want to check this all out yourself. So I don't know anything at all about Kamen Rider, so let's just take a little bit of a peek. We've got a Kamen Rider with a hoodie ghost and a Daft Punk guy. That is my best assessment of what's going on here. Honestly, the hoodie design is kind of cool. But yeah, Kamen Rider Ghost out in April, 3,850 yen. Is that the ghost? Is the ghost the hoodie? I don't know what's going on here. Seriously, drop a comment giving me a real TLDR about what Kamen Rider Ghost is. Next up, we've got the funniest sounding Pokemon ever, Arceus, the Arse Pokemon. And I've never built a Pokemon kit, so I don't know what to say about this. But if you do want one, April, 1,485 yen. Have you ever needed a woolly mammoth model kit? February, 1,650 yen. It's got a skeleton inside. Ultraman. Again, I don't know anything about these model kits. I've always meant to build one. I love this take on Ultraman. This really, almost Iron Man-y vibe Ultraman that came from, was it Heroes? Again, I haven't a clue. But if you do and if you want one, April again, 3,520 yen. And then there's these two and these two. There's an Ultraman on Netflix. Season 2. Anyway, moving on. And next up is this. So in here we've got a whole bunch of non-Gundam model kits. So we've got Jukemon Gallantmon from Digimon. This will be coming out in June, once again at 2,530 yen, so not the crazy amplified version we would have seen before, but it still looks just as nice, and that's a very nice looking shield right there. Definitely a lot more Digimon anime looking than the last one that we saw. And yeah, that shield looks nicely layered. Oh, we also have one of those cool 360 views on the side if you want to check that out. How did they manage to make that cape look like felt? Oh, wow. Okay, that looks nice. Looking pretty good. Now, this is what I'm talking about here. So, on to the announcement for 30-minute missions. 30-minute missions to me is my second favorite non-Gundam mecha line out there. I'll mention what the number one is in an upcoming video because I love it a lot and I want to share it a bit more with you guys. But what we're talking about right now is the two new 30-minute missions kits, which is the Revernova and the Gardenova. It looks like what it's saying right here. So I'm guessing these are friends for your CL Nova and your Portanova. The one on the left looking kind of like a sumo from Turn A, or a little bit like those, what were they called? Mach? Something like that, that were from Gundam Build Fighters, you know, the really basic grunts. I'll pop one up on the screen right now, just because I can't remember what it's called. The other one then on the right there is the Gardenova, looking very Gundam underwater mobile suit kind of vibe. A little bit like the Hygog. Or should I say the Gog? Actually, if you took some of the one on the right and mixed it with some of the one on the left, you've got yourself a bit of a Gog going on. Moving it down a little bit more, we've got some of the details. There's a big backpack. That backpack right there, that is rocking some shoulder joint slots right there. So if you want yourself a four-armed mobile suit made out of these, you can totally do that. We've got some very different shaped holes up on the front there. They look a little larger, and this looks big, and it looks buff. So I'm not sure if this is the actual rifle that this particular kit comes with, but this is a hefty, big rifle. I'm expecting this is going to be a little more expensive than we would have seen with recent kits. Is there a price there? 1,518. That is not bad. These are out in April and May, by the way. That is nice looking. And then down to the Gardenova, we've got the typical backpack slot there. The waist joint looks like they might be compatible. Should I say the rear waist armor looks like it might be able to use ball joints from the waist, the shoulders as well. So you might have a six-armed, almost spider-like Gundam, because, you know, spiders and their 6 arms. The weapon there looks kind of like it's, I guess, some kind of submachine gun. Looks like we've got some nice ankle articulation and some big old claws. There's an example of them mixed together, and there is the arms attached onto its back. So yes, we've got some cool backpack attachment aspects. And you can stick the front of the chest. These combine nicely. Ooh, they're getting experimental with these kits, and I love that. There's a bit of a mix of the Revernova with a CL Nova, looking quite cool. And that, ooh, yes, that I like. That is mixed with the ground type Alto. Once again, we've got the 360 view. So there's the Revernova, and yeah, look at those slots on the backpack for extra arms. Lots of hard points and a lot of bulk. Moving down to the Gardenova, and we've got some long arms. Those are, yeah, definitely its arms. We've got 2 points of articulation per arm, so these are definitely designed for up on a backpack. Those holes in the butt right there, those do look like they're using with shoulder joints, so a lot of crazy customizations going to be made with these guys. And we've got some optional equipment, more heads. Ooh, I saw these posted on Twitter, but totally forgot about them. Look at how each one of these is kind of taking a little bit of an aspect from different things. This one right here, a little bit of an Ava kind of vibe. This one up here, total Patlabor vibe. This one right here, not sure about that. We've got what looks like a helmet, like some kind of lich or battle wizard. We've got a skull, which makes me incredibly happy. And these look like a whole lot of fun. Also, these are lined up with the exact same 4 slots right here we would have seen with the recently released ones that I still need to get around to reviewing. They're cool, really cool. And what's this? 30-minute missions. That is all about that. You can click and go to the website, I think, yeah. Anyway, on to the next thing. So on to what they announced on Tuesday. And in here, we've got some about the Full Mechanics Kyokai Senki kits. And oh, yeah, that too. Is that on this page? Let's find out. So yes, we've got some info on the Full Mechanics 1/48th scale Melis Kenbu. Look at that. Look at the detail. Look at that rifle. That is looking really cool. Some info here then on clear parts. Oh, so you can actually get some clear parts too. I'm not sure if this is in the exact same box or not, or if this is a special kit. But if you like showing the detail of the inner frame, maybe paint some of that up, pop these on, you got yourself quite the display piece. So yeah, that says 5,280 yen. 5,280 yen. So maybe it's a first release exclusive. Moving down to see what we've got. Ooh, we've got a cockpit, which is always really cool. I love to actually have full internal detail on a mecha, so you can get a real vibe of what and how it works. So that is cool. The detail looks great. The extra parts look cool, and this should be quite sizable. The pilot can pop out the back, actually sit on the back. We've got an extra one, which looks like he's doing a little bit of maintenance. Looks like we're going to be seeing a whole lot of extra detail. I'm not sure if it's saying anything about whether or not these are stickers or not. Not seeing anything. And yeah, this looks cool. I love Kenbu so far. It's such a nicely designed mecha. I still prefer Byakuchi, by the way. So we've got a bit of a swap here. So what it'll look like with the normal armor on and what it will look like with the clear armor. So there's the clear parts. There's it with the normal parts. Clear parts again, pretty cool. We've also got a full spin of what it will look like. So this is looking cool. Everything looking like it is where it should be. Yeah, what can I say? I've seen the Kenbu so many times. Actually, do we have a little bit of a color split inside there? Yes, that looks like we've got two shades of white. A nice light gray to go with it. This looks savage. And going from one savage to an even more savage looking mecha, this right here is the Amame Ghost, or Amame Ghost. So this is out December of this year at 3,080 yen. You may have seen the announcement for this before. It was announced as a shadowed out one of these Amames, so you can actually see all the detail. But yeah, this is rocking some serious weaponry. Some cool boosters up back, and this is a little bit more crazy mecha than what we've been seeing from this anime so far, and it gives me a little bit of a Pat Labor vibe. I'm sorry if I actually said Pat Labor earlier on, because it's one of those things that you know, read wrong millions of years ago and you cannot get it out of your system. But yeah, in Pat Labor, we had our good looking suits, which were the police labors, and then that crazy black thing, and that I still totally can't remember the name of. Man, I really need to get back to watching that. It's been probably, what, 15 years? Ooh. And then the recent releases are, some of them are out, some of them are not. One is out in December we haven't seen yet, which is the Melis Reiki. And the Jogan just came out last weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So now down on the bottom of this particular page, we've got this right here. Now this to me is a little bit of a disappointment and something that's becoming a little bit of a shocking trend with Premium Bandai. So this is a Premium Bandai hobby online shop only kit. This is Dragonar from the anime, which I think was called Mobile Armor Dragonar, which basically was meant to be a kind of spiritual successor to Gundam. It was done by the Gundam crew, designed by Okawara himself, who designed the original Gundam, and it was meant to be the same kind of vibe, like they wanted to start up another series. It did not really take off, but a lot of people liked it. I have never, ever seen it. It's from the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this looks like a completely unique kit built just for Premium Bandai, which, like I mentioned, is a bit of a shocking trend because just like we would have seen with the Surbine very recently from Dumbine, that again was a completely unique kit of a very unique kind of mecha that, you know, it's such a disappointment that they don't get full releases and they're only premium only. That's a rant for another day. On to the next thing. And on the Wednesday, we got some announcements, which includes something that I don't think anyone at all saw coming, and I definitely did not. So let's have a scroll through here. Do not know what that is. There we go. An entry grade new Gundam. And not only is it an entry grade, it looks phenomenal. So I'll just mention, just in case you don't know what entry grade is, it's a super cheap style of model kit that focuses mainly on using the least amount of parts to keep it cheap, reduce the plastic, but also be simple for beginners to start with. So a little simpler than high grade when it comes to the build and the amount of plastic, but from what I've seen so far with the RX-78-2, I have not seen the Strike yet, they are very, very good kits. So this is coming out in April at 1,100 yen. That is a steal, but there's a bit of a but. There's all the plastic that you'll be seeing. So just 4 runners and you've got yourself a high grade sized 1/44th scale new Gundam. But what you do not get, I think, is the accessories. So there is the part separation looking really good. If this is like the entry grade RX-78-2, there will be no need for stickers. As we can see right down here, this is all color separated out. I wonder about the eyes. The eyes on the RX-78-2 blew my mind. So I'm wondering with this, how about the feet? Actually, we've got the runners up here. We don't have any green. So I'm expecting some stickers. Oh, we do have green. I am not expecting stickers. This looks damn. Bandai impresses once again. But look at that. The separation looks great. These are sold separately. No, these are included. Hold on. Yes, my mistake. The rifle, the shield, and the beam saber are included. There may not be an effect. Beam saber effect is not included, so bring your own beams. But the fin funnels and the hyper bazooka are sold separately. So it is worth noting that. So even though this is super, super duper cheap and super, super cool, you do have to buy those elements separately if you want the full new Gundam. But if you don't, that's awesome. So yeah, once again, 1,100 yen next April. That is obscene. And it looks so anime accurate and badass. Ooh, we've got the spin. Just look at those proportions. That is one. A beautiful powerhouse of a Gundam. And as far as we can see so far, 100% color separated, maybe besides this bit in the chest, but I'm not sure. Of course, that'd be a sticker. But man, that is awesome. And then we have a whole bunch of SD dudes, which are really cool. I like them, but I just don't like building them. So yeah, we've got Night Striker Gundam and what I think says Warlock Aegis Gundam. Both very cool designs that I would love to see in not SD form. Anyway, that is it for the video. And I have to... Wait. I want to talk a little bit about the things I've missed out in the last while. So I'm going to mention some things and pop them up on the screen really quickly, just in case you don't know that they're coming out. And that is Perfect Grade Unicorn Gundam Perfectibility. P Bandai, arm and a leg cost, but it is happening. The absolutely crazy looking Gundam Rintworm, I think it says there. Rintworm. So Rintworm, I think that is saying. But yeah, look how cool this looks. I know it is just a recolored Reborn 100 Bao. But man, is that that's a good looking Gundam right there. Next up, the high grade Gundam Asclepius. That name keeps getting me. Asclepius. Gundam Asclepius. I'm gonna go with that. I've wanted this since seeing the Geminus Gundam, and since I started playing Gundam Cross Race, I wanted even more. Now give us a Hydra to go with it. And the last thing is then, there is a, as far as I know, single player add-on or expansion to Gundam Battle Operation 2, which is called Code Fairy. I don't know too much about the game itself, but when it comes to the actual kits that are coming out, it seems we're going to be getting some, as well as one crazy looking Gundam, which seems to have taken the craziest route with its V-fin and based it on Saruman's tower from Lord of the Rings. Anyway, yes, that is it for all of the news. There's some super awesome kits coming out. As usual, drop it down in the comments. What one are you the most hyped about? What are you getting? What do you think looks like trash and you would never bother with? Let me know down there in the comments. Of course, I am super hyped for that Real Grade. I always am. They're like a mini Master Grade, but not anymore. They're like better than a Master Grade, but smaller. Actually, they are, as of right now, the perfect Gundam kits, and I'm so hyped for that. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you're looking to pre-order any of the full releases that have been shown in this video, I'll leave a link to Hobby Link Japan down there in the description. So thanks for watching. If I said that already, well, thanks again, and thanks again. And of course, I will see you next time. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for watching these videos. Without you, this channel would not be possible. And my special thanks to those helping out over on the channel memberships and over on Patreon. So that includes Craig Jerry, Caleb Engelhardt, Sean T. Van Fawn, Global Frequency Studios, Lauren Seahack, Joseph Kuklunk, Mr. Winter, Forsetti, Joe, and Orgy 59061.